just watched an Andrew Neil podcast, and his guest was Candace Owens. So that's a win-win. And she kept saying behaviour modification. We've been behaviourally modified. My background is that, and I first started out to think, and I remember saying actually in class, it's illegal and immoral, no one should modify anyone else's behaviour. And then, of course, we were looking at the old school stuff, looking at it and then using it and seeing it used effectively changed my mind. I'd only previously seen it used very ineffectively, very badly in institutions, and they were calling it behaviour modification, and it wasn't. It was just flat out abuse, to be perfectly honest. But you can use it very effectively. You use it on your kids, and you can alter their behaviour so they can learn how to learn. It's very effective, and they will thrive once you can do that. Now then, we have been behaviourally modified for about half a decade now, probably for the whole of our lives. The left certainly did that to me. I managed to escape it. But the recent stuff really is the illegal and the immoral behaviour modification of society for whatever means, by whatever means. And it is utterly evil. There is no other way of putting it. You cannot say that anything that has happened recently, from the COVID thing that we can't talk about, that was massive behaviour modification. People were wearing masks. I refused to wear a mask at work, and I said, prove it works. So they actually had to release some documentation and say, well, okay, you don't have to wear it because if you don't want to. Because they couldn't prove it, so they didn't. But unless you did something about it, nothing ever changed. People just, no, put it on. And you still saw people putting it on after saying, it doesn't work, you know. I remember going to the Bairn school and saying, it doesn't work. I'm a nurse, I know it doesn't work. You have to wear them. Talking about behaviour modification in schools. Yeah, they modify everyone to whatever you end up with. And we're seeing that in colleges really badly at the moment. They had the chance to put things right, and they absolutely made a mess of it. However, the other side to that is education. So if you're on, say, a STEM subject, don't get interested too much in the politics of whether you're a rainbow or not, then you will probably come out with quite a good degree, get a good job. And so your education was a change in your behaviour. That's what education is. So if you're educated to good effect, it has fantastic effects. Educated to bad effects, you do end up in a very bad place. But it is all down to behaviour modification. Used correctly, it's fantastic. Used incorrectly, you end up in all of the mess that we see now. And that's what the media tries to, the mainstream media tries to modify your behaviour. And if you're a bit of a low IQ, you know, you can't say what you want to say on the platform, so you end up just sounding like a complete imbecile. But if you're not bright enough to understand what they're doing, you'll lap up CNN, MSNBC and all that rubbish, and then start complaining that other people are clowns, when actually, in fact, you're the ones that's a clown. Other people have had their behaviour modified, have moved on, have moved up that scale, and have realised we've been lied to on a major scale, a massive major scale. I would like to think that the payback and the challenge to that will be glorious. I don't think it will, because, like Andrew Tate said, can't fight, not really a problem. Won't fight, that's a problem. And he's in the nick.